where things almost make sense, and most everything is interesting and mildly unique. It's a place that feels somewhat familiar and has the suspicious comfort of a loving semi-omnipresence. You are on the outskirts of Loutopia. Sit back and relax, or tense up and march around. Please welcome your host of Loutopia, Lou Angel Wolf.
Oh, it's another divine appointment, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. Welcome to the Loutopia podcast. I'm Lou Angel Wolf, and we've got a great show for you tonight. All kinds of skullduggery. Skull and bones duggery. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Here we are in the fabulous Double Special Studios in sparkling Clearwater, Florida. Always bringing you the show as often as once a week. We average, I don't know, at least 3 weeks a month, maybe more.
Yeah. We'll try to do better next year.
3.4 weeks a month.
The holidays are messing with you. You got a
Yeah,
lot of holidays
you know.
crammed in here.
Everybody's got all kinds of stuff happening.
No, but holidays in general have
it's
messed you up.
True. It throws off your algorithms.
Yeah, and then there was that week you were in jail. But other than that,
Stop my sides. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Chris Gorgeous. He's the producer of the show.
no, it isn't.
Yeah. And right over here to my right, it's my co-host, buddy, confidant, and walking encyclopedia. It's Mike Merberg.
Guilty, but I make it all up.
78% of all statistics are made up on the spot.
Hey, you know what's funny? I was coming up here tonight, and I was reminded of that joke you used to tell about the US 19 traffic being so bad because of construction.
Yes.
And the construction lasted for at least a decade, which it did.
Yes.
And like I'm stuck in the same route that you used to tell that joke
Sure.
about, and I'm like going, shit, all the construction's gone. Now there's just this fucking traffic jam.
I believe there's a magnetic pull in that earth somewhere underneath that just slows cars down.
The gravitational pull.
From 60 south to Park. It's like,
Oh, wow.
but anyway, yeah. I got 6 people watching. Nice. Wow.
If they're cross-eyed, we can have 12.
Nah, dude. When we hit 10, we're getting a pie.
Good. Well, welcome all 6 of you. And I bet you there's a bunch of people that have that stealth part where they hide their presence online.
Why would you want to hide your presence online watching a show on YouTube like this?
Because you're from the CIA.
Well, no.
If everything you do is secret,
Oh, God.
that would be too.
All right. Thank you. Let's get to the sponsors.
Hey, Santa's watching too, you know.
And he knows.
Yeah, he does.
knows. Now, I this was earlier in the day, and Chris, I don't know what your personal rap is with the whole Santa thing.
My personal rap?
Yeah. Well,
I haven't
hold on.
written one yet. I mean, I go with the Santa rap by the Treacherous Three, but if I must make my own, I mean, it's going to give me a couple of days.
Black Santa.
Nice pulling on a Treacherous 3 reference there.
Yeah, baby.
That was good. But anyway, no, as far as your family goes, your son, see now, as far as the whole Santa Claus thing goes, I never told Isaac, my son, about Santa Claus. I never,
Did you check to see if he had heard somewhere else, though? Or did you just ignore the whole thing altogether?
Well,
You just walked away from it.
Well, no, I explained it to him. I go, look, I said, some people's parents tell them about Santa Claus. He's this mythical guy that comes, and it's basically a tool to make children behave.
Yeah.
That Santa Claus will find them out of favor and not bring them the toys they want if they don't act the way the parents say.
Yeah, and they'd get cold if they were really, really bad.
Yes, coal. Yes,
Yeah.
coal. Of
Heck,
course.
good luck finding that nowadays.
Yeah.
Put it in somewhere.
Kingsford.
Virginia. I got to go to Virginia.
You
Get a lump
can't
of coal.
hardly find a good chunk of coal these days, I'll tell you.
Kingsford. It's not just for Christmas.
I've been searching and searching.
But anyway, I was I overheard this whole Santa Claus thing discussion in the grocery store the other day with these people, and I was just going, because I did a bit about it years ago called Santa Claus: The First Big Lie, and because all you have to do is some real basic research about St. Nicholas and the whole myth that actually the Santa Claus that we know is a Coca-Cola product. He was designed in 1931 by a artist named Rosenthal, I believe, and he drew the whole red and white. Those are Coca-Cola colors. So that's when he became the fat guy. Okay,
Yeah, Santa's definitely a Republican.
Up with degenerative heart disease, but anyway. But the original myth is St. Nicholas is a dwarf. He's a midget. How do you think he can get up and down the chimney?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Magic.
No.
Yes, magic.
Smallness.
Magic.
Smallness.
My money's not small at this point.
You can find smallness within magic, my friend.
That's why I go from excluding many to.
There's many things inside magic. Don't exclude smallness and act like that's outside the realm of magic.
Yeah, and I said hello to the fucking Keebler elves outside.
Magic again.
To your door.
They're magical elves. They never said they were elves.
Chop that tree down. They're screwed.
Don't take the magic out of it, Lou.
I'd love to see the Chris Gorgeous public broadcasting holiday special. That would be a cacophony.
Dude, it'd be so cheesy. Everybody's head would explode.
Yeah,
I'd go full on like, hey, everybody.
90 minutes of whateverisms.
It's not whateverisms.
I like that. That's a new word.
The new movies now depict holiday creatures as having like magical attributes. They're able to transport themselves, i.e. glitter or like a fountain of sparks into something. You know what I mean?
Well, they probably know something we don't.
I just think they took it into the magic realm rather than the myth realm.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it
I get
morphed
it.
from myth to magic.
Well, of course. And it is amazing the things that humans are capable of within their energy fields. Some of it could certainly be deemed magic, absolutely. But what I was saying is I never took the whole thing to my son, the whole I kind of just squared up. I go, look, man, I said between me and you. And I've always talked to him like this. I go, Santa Claus, that's me and your mom, okay? That's pretty much the whole. We go to the store, we buy you stuff. And we, sometimes you get one from Santa because we're playing along with the game. I said, but it's all a game. And I figured it out a long time ago, like on my own when I was a kid.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, did your parents do the Santa thing with you?
Well, yeah, they did. And then I saw through it when I was about 5. Just because I figured out the logistics that he wouldn't even have freaking made it out of Tom's River, New Jersey, with the given size of his sleigh.
Oh,
that's where the magic comes in.
Well, you start
Come on, man.
You start becoming suspect when, you start losing teeth and the tooth fairy's not showing up anymore.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, oh, wow. I guess there is no tooth fairy.
She's on break.
Does the tooth fairy show up again in your 70s?
It's like
when your teeth are falling out.
only if you're being taken care of in the Ukraine.
Jeez.
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Loutopia podcast. You can catch it every week on, these weeks lately here on YouTube. It's my website, Lou Angel Wolf, and we broadcast live every Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're real happy to have everybody on and around and listening. It's great. So today's topic is kind of like, and I know, it's the holidays and we're trying to keep things light. But apparently I'm going to take a different direction today.
Go dark. It's Christmas.
I was, when I first came up with the idea of the show today, I was not, all holly jolly and whatnot. I was just thinking, man, the topic I'd really like to share is, are we really, really being brainwashed all of our lives, especially by the lights in our house, the little blinking light in your living room or your bedroom, and now the internet, which is a blessing and an absolute curse.
You have to pay attention to these graphics, man. Before you said that, I already had this graphic pulled up, and it's a little Carol Ann in front of the television.
Wow, what we got there?
It
Obey,
says,
buy, conform,
stay
stay
asleep,
asleep,
eat, work, watch TV.
I do all that stuff. And
A dog would get 8 out of 10 of those.
and that's for instance, Winston tastes good. Somebody finish it for me.
Yeah, like a cigarette should.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
How long has it been since we heard that?
I don't know. Orwell used to say that was one of his. It's like, we're going to be jingled out. I mean, we're going to our thoughts are going to go round and round, and there'll all be jingles.
I'm all jingled out. Well, that's what I'm saying. The last time you heard Winston tastes good like a cigarette should was 1971.
Yeah.
And I mean that, and really, I mean, absolute brilliance, whoever wrote it, whatever madman ad man wrote that.
Yeah.
And really, when you come up with a catchphrase like that it just endures decades and generations, it's amazing.
My baloney has a first name.
I know.
Jeez.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, that's
like
in there. That's an earworm right there.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And how many bites to the center of a Tootsie Roll?
How many licks?
How many licks? Right. Yeah. 1 bite. 3 licks. But so all that stuff that's stuck in our head, I believe we have a lot to learn from computer technology because, like, hard drives are only so big, and even if you get the newest, latest one, you can still fill it up, okay? And I believe your brain is a lot like a hard drive, and you can really, really fill it with a lot of stuff, but you got to defragment every once in a while. You got to run that. You got to run that sweeper.
Yeah, the brain does it all by itself. It's called aging.
Okay, I get it.
You only get to remember the really important stuff
Yeah.
until you forget your keys.
Yeah.
And then you don't know who you are.
Yeah, sure. I get it. I don't know if I said this last week, but the other day I couldn't remember the word airport.
Right.
I'm sitting there going, the airplane landing place, big Tampa. And then I finally, when I said Tampa International Airport, I said airport.
Yeah.
But I could not think of the word airport. It was like a block in my head. I don't know why that happens. And I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking about too much.
Yeah. Yeah. You shouldn't be thinking about a whole lot.
I know.
Yeah.
But you can't shut it off, man.
Well, you just
can't
got to
shut
let it
off.
go. Got to travel through,
This brain is just amazing, and makes guys want to go out and have podcasts so they can get this stuff out of their brain. That's what all three of us are doing here.
Yeah.
Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, forgive my delay, but in the second half of the Loutopia podcast is Beth Snyder. Beth is our co-host down in Sarasota. She is a hypnotherapist and a fantastic one. She's a licensed clinical hypnotherapist. So if you're looking to quit smoking, lose some weight, sort out some personal issues, BethSnyderHypnosis.com. She's a lovely gal. We'll be hearing from her in the second half of the Loutopia podcast. And like today, we're talking about, are you being brainwashed? And one thing Beth will describe is that we are already. So people are afraid to go into hypnosis sometimes because they think they're going to be brainwashed. Well, guess what? You're brainwashed going in. So it's just another layer of something else. And it also, in hypnosis, you can access other parts of your brain, other parts of your psyche that will help you correct your behavior in your waking state. So I think it's all good, man. And Beth is my personal hypnotherapist and really has changed my life for way, way, way for the better.
Yeah, there's a difference between brainwashing and mind washing.
Yes, of course, yes. And you do got to keep your mind cleared out, I find myself, kind of amazed that, I kind of track myself. What do I spend my time thinking about, And I'm trying to get it sorted out into, neat little stackable boxes because I got a pretty intensive day job. It requires a lot of attention, detail, and a lot of hours and driving and, calculating, selling, that kind of. Oh, by the way, I was salesman of the month last month at Armor Tech Windows and Doors.
Oh, I didn't have an applause thing set up.
Yeah, they gave you a present.
And I, from the Simonton Window Corporation, I got these beautiful new earphones.
Wow.
They're like
Headphones.
headphones.
They don't call them earphones.
Airplane.
I am so behind on all.
It's like talking to a dude who just wandered out of the woods.
We teach him how to stop saying the YouTube.
The YouTube.
The rest of these.
Now I got earphones.
He's got earphones.
Earphones. Headphones. They're headphones. They're wireless headphones.
Wireless headphones.
Yeah. But they have a wire in them now.
But boy, they got some sound, man.
You like them?
Oh, dude, these are not. This isn't your garden variety thing here.
Is this the Lou I'm going to have to look at from now on? You with the headphones on all the time? 'Cause
all
that'll
the
drive
time?
me insane.
All the time. I
gotta
even
say.
have the sleeper net that goes with them. You
What?
can put them all. You have a net you put over
Shut
your
up.
head.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, so you can listen to them while you sleep.
All right. Okay, you got me good. That's a funny thing. It sounds like a mosquito net. What the hell?
Audio net.
It's the Iraqi pair of headphones. The earphone with the net.
Earphone with net.
With net.
I come you.
We like your service. Here's the earphone with net.
Yes.
Hey, did you see they've come up with a new level of infrared glasses?
No.
They actually see it's just like daylight and in color.
Say it again.
The infrared glasses, you usually see them in green. See at
Yes,
night
yes,
and
yes.
stuff. They now have them where you can see just like daylight and it's color.
Wow.
Yeah, no
it just
shit.
eliminates the darkness.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just came out about a week or so ago talking about.
And where do you get? Can you buy them?
I don't know yet. I just saw.
Or are they like a government thing?
Yeah, you
I
gotta
just
join
saw
the
it hit the
CIA.
lines. So I'm sure the government's going to be buying so many.
Yeah, you
of
gotta
them
join
that
the
you ain't-
special
you're
forces
gonna
for that.
Find them for a while.
No way.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
3 years from now, they'll be there sitting there with finger spinners,
Fidget
fidget
spinners.
spinners.
Good God.
I don't know the name of anything.
You got like half of it. You get half of it right.
I'm going to be really funny when I'm really old.
Dude, you're great.
I'm only medium old now.
when they're sitting around with the finger spinners and the
I watched the kids on the YouTube.
the YouTubes. When you start pluralizing everything, we're screwed. Then Lou's gone bye-bye.
Forgive me for not knowing.
I
that.
brought the chickens. You bought one chicken cut up. I know.
Chickens.
I don't know why I'm making an old Jewish guy.
Because
Other lifetimes.
I'll probably take that turn. Just turn into an old kvetching Jewish guy.
Yeah.
But, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Loutopia podcast, and we're kind of reflecting on, we do a lot of stuff because we're told. And if you really draw back, and I love the term third-person omniscient, where you're kind of separated from the whole thing and you're like a floating narrator looking at a situation. If you really look at what we do, because this human life is an absolute precious wonder. The fact that we can do all the things that we do, our bodies are so functional and so beautiful, and we can enjoy so many natural things, different environments and oceans and lakes and woods and beaches and, arid climates. I mean, we can enjoy this all as human beings. And other people, the vibration between other people it can be so beautiful and harmonious because each of us have that tone, that vibration level that gets along with all others. And of course, there's people that don't have that in focus. They have it. They just don't know how to get to it, or they got too much ego to get to it. So, but this incredible human experience, and we spend so much of our lives, like, currently I'm working between 50 and 60 hours a week, driving several hundred miles every week or so. And just I'm up, I'm working, I'm going, and now I guess I kind of make my own schedule, and then I also I did stand up last week at McCurdy's Comedy Theater. Drove back and forth Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday from Sarasota to Palm Harbor, which is 70 miles door to door.
And again, an hour and 53 minutes?
Yeah. Like one one night I made it in 140.
Uh-huh.
I just caught some breaks,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, it was an hour 53 one night and over 2 hours on another night. So, but
It's a lot of work.
the thing that thank you.
Sorry, you're talking about McCurdy's doing your sets.
Oh,
back
McCurdy.
and forth.
Yeah, back and forth. Okay.
You
Dude,
can hear-
you totally threw me off.
You
with
got to
the note.
multitask in here, baby. Come
Well,
on.
I know, but I saw my son's name.
Oh, I didn't know who that was. Okay.
He was back at Tampa Airport.
That's only half of my son's name. Isaac Smith, is it?
Oh, no, you couldn't read it. Okay.
Oh, okay. there you go.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that.
Well, welcome aboard, Isaac Smith. Everybody, come on. Everybody come. I'm telling you, folks, if you're listening right now, you're in the nucleus stages of this show. This show, I really do have a feeling is going to be a lot more important than it is right now. People ask me how come I haven't done a full-on media blitz about this and all this stuff. Is I believe this is a long up-ramp, but I think we're getting better and better every week, and we're also building a nice basis of material to really do some polished up stuff.
And if we're getting old enough so that we'll forget it eventually and keep on.
It'll be a brand new show.
Oh, crap, dude.
Groundhog Day over and over again, just a little bit different.
We got 10 listening, so I guess I got to get a pie.
Wow. Give me a veggie lover special. But what I'm saying, folks, is this wondrous human experience that we're having. And we spend so much of our time staring at lights, watching television shows that don't matter. All those people can sing great. All those people sing like shit. It doesn't matter. I mean, it is just confetti on the floor of life, man. None of that television stuff matters. Yes, I appreciate a great talent. Yes, I like a funny comedian. Yes, I love a gifted actor. All those things are absolutely beautiful, but you got to limit your time to that stuff. It can really it can slow down your thought because it does all the thinking for you. You don't have to source new or fresh ideas. The ideas they're thrown in front of you, and the best thing you can do is maybe predict how the show's going to end. You know, that's where you're at. You know, maybe you pick the right guy that's the best singer on one of the 9 singer shows.
Yeah.
So, you know, I called this a long time ago. I said, this karaoke is going to be part of the evil empire. And I'm absolutely right.
Yeah, there he is. That's that old Jewish guy again. This karaoke.
The karaoke,
the death
and the
of us
kids
all.
with the singing,
And
the pants that don't fit. They're up there, they're singing, they're thinking that they're artists. And I don't think, I guess the definition has been loosened up.
I think on the bar level, it's important for some people because when I'm at shows, like the other night I did a show in a bar, and you know we do what we do because we enjoy being in that moment with those
Sure.
people, right? And then the
Jousting.
people, well, yes and no, but I mean, you know, for me it wasn't because I come with a jousting outfit.
You're confrontational as a being.
Right. Well, not as a being, but yeah, especially so there. Wow, that's okay. I ruffle loose feathers on a personal. Anyway, yeah. So, but I saw right after we were done, karaoke started, and I saw how important it was to the people in the audience just to do that, just to be up there and be singing. It meant a lot to them. You know what I mean?
I get it.
But then when you get into the Hollywood version of it, it's not the same thing.
Right. I get it. And believe me, I would almost rather, you know, hear some portly country western guy sing "Stand by Your Man." Ted from Napa,
Who everybody knows in that place, by the way.
He
And
works at Napa.
And Ted is a god there on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, he's got a Napa cowboy hat.
I love that about Ted.
Yeah, we love Ted. And there's a couple songs he does real good. A couple songs couldn't hardly tell who it was. But anyway, speaking of that, have you seen that impressionist Jay Farrow? Have you seen that guy? Young guy, young black guy, and he does.
Oh yeah, I think I saw the video of him doing Chris Rock and
He
Eddie
does
Murphy
Chris
and
Rock and Eddie Murphy, and I'm sure he does Bill Cosby and
other
everybody.
black comedians.
Yeah, but I tell you what, the guy's really good at it. He's
Oh,
kind of the Rich Little of those guys, you know. So that's talent. I saw it.
Bet you can't do Ted.
Well, Michael, you know, you and I talk a lot on kind of more ethereal levels sometimes, and I know you're heavily involved with the CE5, which is the Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, which is human-initiated extraterrestrial contact, which to me is one of the most fascinating things in the world. Now, when you're there in your spirit and in your soul, you've got to feel more complete. You've got to feel more like you've found the core of your essence.
Well, in order to get there, first thing you have to do is meditate, and then you meditate your way in, and then after that, your meditative space is a very special space.
Mm-hmm.
It's where you're at peace. It's how we get back to get out of our brains and back into just simple being. And once you reach that spot, and then you reach out into the universe and make contact, or at least try to make contact. You don't always make contact, but when you do make contact, then it comes. It's just an incredible spiritual experience. It's like you open your heart, and then somebody pumps in love.
Wow.
It's really that simple and that wonderful. And that's why I do it. That's why
I know. I know the pursuit of your heart there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it ain't exactly your Rotary Club, but it's pretty cool.
I've seen the Rotary Club in action. It's not all that.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, okay, you're right there. You're all meditated up. You're nice and mellow. You're tranquil. You have a beautiful vibration going. You have a lucid mind and spirit. And then you're able to tap into, an intelligence, a force, a vibration from another dimension.
Universal consciousness, yeah.
And that yes, exactly. And that universal consciousness and that collective consciousness, okay, which is the energy and vibration of all things combining together. And of course, the element of that, just like there's a table of elements of the earth, there's a table of elements of spirit. And that one element of love, which each one of us has inside of us. Regardless, it doesn't matter who the person is on this planet, the most cruel bastard you can think of still has the element of love inside of him. And the other scary part is each one of us has that element of the cruel bastard. It's just where you can place your spirit, where you can elevate your vibration to stay away from all that negativity, to stay away from hurt and harm and pain. And I got to tell you, man, the last couple of months I've been working a lot, coming home. My brain is tired. I'm tired of thinking, and I've plopped down and watched a couple of mini series. I watched Better Call Saul, which I found I really love Bob Odenkirk. So I met him when I was a comic, when he was a comic years ago. Really cool guy.
Have you seen Frontier yet?
Haven't seen Frontier, but I tried watching Boardwalk Empire. I made it through a couple of seasons, but it's all so bloody
negative,
and gory and horrible and just the lowest vibrations of people.
Yeah, welcome to New Jersey.
Yeah. Well, but what I'm saying is I think I'm getting ready to start getting away from that. I have Gaia and I've got some other stuff, but I gotta start letting the light shine back in. You know,
just remember everything in light still has a shadow.
Amen, brother. Amen. Hey, you're talking to Lou Angel Wolf. You know what I'm saying? It's the good side of something bad, the bad side of something good.
It's not conflicted. It's just contradictory.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Loutopia podcast. We're going to take a little break. We'll be back in the second half with the lovely and talented Beth Snyder. You want to open up the phone line, Chris?
Yeah, you can do that. I'll put the number up when we come back on. You can call in. No trolls. We will hang up on you if you're trolling us.
Please, no trolling. Just try to make it a legitimate thing.
Yeah.
Because we'll have Beth, the hypnotherapist, on. And if you think you're maybe being brainwashed, or you think you're not firing on all 8 cylinders, give us a call. Think about it. And we're going to have a little musical interlude, and we'll be back in just a little bit.
24 and 20 packs of smoke. Clearing out the cabin where he kept the 64. WrestleMania all day long. What could go wrong? Took his sheet to the head, knocking pieces for the song. And I'm picking up the pieces of gray matter on the floor. Try to get my IQ back to 164. And I try as I may, I try as I might. I try arm and slash cause I'm cloud strive. If I think that you can, I think that you will. Now take it with a glass of water and 2 pills. And you'll feel better every day. Well, yeah, 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 yeah. I never before seen that in my life. Whoa. I never before seen that in my life. Whoa. I never before seen that in my life. Whoa. I never before seen that in my life. Now just sitting reminiscing about the days of the position. Sexual statues up in the kitchen. CC no care, we drunk off one beer. Laughing so hard that we burst into tears. Now Dizzy was a man, and man it was a man. Now coffee stain turning inside out, that's the plan. I bruised up my knees trying to fight off the bees. Crying if you will, taking down a knock to please. Now 1 lesbian and 5 virgin males. We all getting laid into wish well. I tried really hard, I tried so hard, and I stopped because I felt just short. If I think you can do it, I know we can be it. So why don't we get together and see if it works out for the better or worse. We'll do it to the end, of course. I never before seen that in my life. Whoa. I never before seen that in my life. Whoa. I never before seen that in my life. Whoa. I never before seen that in my life.
In a world where things almost make sense, and most everything is interesting and mildly unique, it's a place that feels somewhat familiar and has the suspicious comfort of a loving semi-omnipresence. You are on the outskirts of Loutopia. Sit back and relax, or tense up and march around. Please welcome your host of Loutopia, Lou Angel Wolf.
Welcome to the Loutopia podcast. Lou Angel Wolf back. Mike Merberg to my right.
Airport.
Mike Airport to my right. And the producer of the show is
Hello.
Chris Gorgeous.
Hello.
What was that?
Just checking my mic. Hello. Check. Check it. Check.
Commander McBragg. There he is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. And we're having a special day today. It's we're kind of talking about how brainwashed do you feel? I often feel very brainwashed, and there's other moments I'm completely lucid and not even on this planet.
Yeah, the key is to stay out of the laundromat.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. That'll bring you down to reality, man.
Yep.
The reality.
Yeah, well, at least you get to choose your washing machine.
Yeah, I had a couple of years ago. I had a laundromat experience, but first, I want to bring on to the program, like we promised the first half, ladies and gentlemen. It's our lovely co-host, Beth Snyder. Welcome to the show, dear.
Well, hey, everybody. How's it going?
It's going great. We were just talking about, what a reality check the laundromat is. And a couple of years ago, I was in between washing machines, and I actually had to go for a few weeks. And I got there real early one morning, and there was a lady that got there about 10 minutes after. And it was in the middle of summer. She's like wearing little cutoff shorts and a tube top, and she gets out of this big 4x4 truck wearing little 99-cent flip-flops, and she goes in the back of the truck, and she brings out this laundry bag full of fishy gut smell clothes, and she grabs the washer right next to mine, right? And she dumps these things in there, and I'm talking to her, and she goes, yeah, my boyfriend's a fisherman. He's just been out for 7 days, and they don't. You'd think they just wash the clothes out a little bit. They run them over, just run them off the side for a couple minutes, and then wring them out. But no, all fish guts and everything just go in a wad, and then they put them in a thing, and then I got to do this. And
See, that's why I don't want to be out in public.
Yeah, and I'm
Oh
going.
my god.
Or do my laundry in Madeira Beach.
So
It's got the makings of a country song there.
she washed the fish guts out of my shirt.
She's a keeper.
She's a keeper.
Very nice. Well, anyway, folks. Hi, Beth. Hey, it was so lovely to see you over the weekend. You came down with Nancy down to McCurdy's Comedy Theater. Apparently, that's Chris and I's favorite comedy room. Anywhere.
It is. Apparently. Oh, you were told that?
The best.
No, because you were shining on about it last week.
Beth, thank you so much for coming and supporting us at that club, man.
Oh, it's so great. Well, we love that club, and I think it's just the best little comedy club in the whole wide world. So
It really is. I
always
mean,
a pleasure.
It
Really is.
It's so well run. There's such a mellow vibe there. There's no. I mean, it is the least
Smart crowd.
smart crowd. They're groomed. It's the least bar-like atmosphere that you can play, because even other comedy clubs around, they have a more bar-like, saloon night kind of a thing.
Guys coming in wearing fish guts.
Guys, fish guts all over their shirt, sitting in the second row with a free
Got off
pass.
the boat.
I got a Groupon, brother.
Yeah, it's nice though when you see your friends come out, and I had good sets all through the week, but Sunday I think was my best show, and
You were brilliant.
I lit it up. It was fun.
Light it up.
You did.
Well, yeah, that's the fish guts guy shows up. I got a Groupon. I mean a grouper.
A grouper.
Anyway. Well, we have just to let everybody know in case you can't look up while you're driving. Both of the lotteries are over 200 million now.
Oh,
Yeah.
The Florida one or the
Mega
boats?
Millions and then the Powerball. And of course,
Oh, for the state of Florida, right?
no, it's for the big national one. They're both over 200 million right now. And you know what? You got to be in it to win it, even if you just throw a couple bucks at it. And I know it's a self-imposed tax on the poor, and I understand.
It's interesting because it almost lends into the theme of your show tonight, like brainwashing. You think it's sort of a brainwashing thing to get people to believe that they have like a reasonable chance of winning that money. Beth, you have people that come to you and they're like, I just gotta. If I win this lottery, everything would be okay.
Yeah, it's really interesting, actually. That's funny you should bring that up. One of my very first clients that I ever had was. He really believed in vibration and that our thoughts create our reality. And so that's really his main focus, and his concentration was really focusing on, seeing himself winning the lottery and wanting to win the lottery. And so we did a lot of work on that. I don't know if he ever won the lottery, but yeah, he was hell bent on making it happen. So I think anything that we kind of fixate on, but again, I mean, my favorite are the stories of the lottery winners whose lives then just kind of fall apart.
Yes.
And are much worse for having won the lottery, because it's such a great reminder that there's really nothing, outside of us that brings us happiness. And, they usually end up, in a lot worse shape than they were before, having won all this money. I think for sure it's a brainwashing kind of thing to think that. And that's really what we're taught, I think, as an overarching thing, is that somehow, there's something that will make us happy.
Right. Well, and part of the brainwashing is those of us down here on the treadmill, we're told constantly that we're not happy and we don't have enough. Okay. So the only thing that we consciously or knee-jerk know, if I had more money, I could have more stuff. And if I had more stuff, or if I just had the right stuff, or as I was in the right place to get right stuff, if I won that lottery, that would put me all in the right places. And
I know a lot of really miserable rich people.
Yes,
a lot.
Yes, I do too. And
Rather be rich and miserable.
Yeah,
than poor and miserable.
Yeah, I want to. I agree, Mike.
Really?
That's what my father said to me one time. I when I do this on stage, I haven't actually done it. It's not a joke, but he actually said it to me. He goes, we may not have a lot of money, but we got good genes. We live a long time. I'm like, I'd rather have the money. I got to be honest with you. I'd rather have the money, die at 45, having lived a full, fruitful life, than living to 90 poor. That would suck.
You say that to your 44 and 11 months.
All right, I may want to renegotiate, but it doesn't change the fact.
It definitely helps things, but your scale of living just kind of changes. So, I mean, the more successful I've been, you do notice that you'll just start spending more, and then your problems just kind of rise up with that. So now you have the lawn maintenance guy and the the house cleaner and the import car guy that has to fix your car. So, all these things that you buy, my smart TV is now dumb, and needs fixing. So, so your lifestyle just kind of rises to that. So you have the same amount of stuff to deal with and the same problems. So it's really, how are you feeling in life to begin with is really more important, because the happier you are, then the easier it is to manage as you scale up.
Absolutely. And, I've heard all these stories, and I've seen the specials on TV where the lottery ruined people's lives. And the lottery ruined my life. But you know what? I feel as though in the arc of my ascension, I feel as though I'm equipped to handle it right now. I think 10 years ago it would have killed me, but I think right now I could do an incredible amount of good with a big pile of cash.
Yeah, you and Warren Buffett.
Me and Warren Buffett, we're going to go shooting. We're going to go hunting with Dick Cheney. But but that's the thing is there is. Oh, and you know what? I saw a really great meme on Facebook the other day, and every once in a while you really run across something of value on there. If you are, this is the gist of it. If you're looking for a gift to give, okay, go get in touch with one of your local schools and pay off some kids' overdue lunch accounts, because a lot of there's a lot of people really living week to week, day to day, and sometimes the kids have money for the school lunch for the kids. So I mean, if you want to give a meaningful gift, I think that's a very good one, and you can generally call any school near you, and request to talk to the cafeteria manager, and they will help you settle up these accounts. I got a lady's number. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do it for each of my family members as a gift. Everybody in my family has everything they need. They don't need another sweater. They don't need another, whatever. They have everything they need. So in that, I'm going to give that gift in their name. So
cool.
Yeah,
and then they're all going to be really hungry for sloppy joes. So you should have like your Christmas spread should be sloppy joes and crinkly fries and corn.
Now, listen, I went to school down here in Florida, and I don't know. I went to elementary school all the way through high school here, and it was just a major coincidence that every day the grass got cut at the school. The next day we had spinach.
Florida spinach.
And is spinach supposed to have sandspurs in it?
Depends how you
and
cook
red
it.
ants.
But yeah, oh man, the sloppy joes were good. They were good. I remember those. Those were good. That's a nice.
Yep.
That's a little treat from the past.
Yeah, before they started putting sawdust in it.
Yeah. Well, that's just good filler. Nice fiber for you. But well, speaking of things made of wood, hot dog casings. when you get a hot dog and it says in natural casing,
Yeah.
that's a wood product. Weyerhaeuser makes them. Hot dog casings. It's not. Everybody thinks it's like the intestine of the animal or whatever, but it's a natural. I mean, it's wood. Okay, it's a wood product. They liquefy the wood and then they turn it into these little bags that they stuff hot dog meat in, which you really don't want to do a total analysis of that stuff.
Well,
You just want to eat it and smile, or not. But yeah, so that's another wood product that you consume.
well, that's something we need to change over to hemp.
Hemp,
Yes.
dude.
Yes,
Well, and that's my
hemp casing.
that's my new thing. That's my new thing.
Rather be Nathan's hot
Oh,
dogs
hemp
with
is so
hemp.
great, and they have blocked it at every turn, and it could have replaced it could have just been at the forefront of so many industries.
Yes.
The damage that we're doing with plastics is just it's absolutely nauseating, and
Oh.
there's incredible hemp products that will break down, in a quarter of our lifetime.
Sure. Yeah. And I love it. In fact, the CBD oil, I got a container of it, and I've been taking 2 tablespoons a day, and I got to tell you, it could be a placebo, but I think I'm feeling better. Okay. I haven't changed anything else, but I've been taking 2 tablespoons a day every morning, and my joint aches are a little lighter, and like I said, I could just be healing naturally, but along with my other, I take turmeric, however you say it,
Yeah.
and then I take a good multi, and I take a fish oil, and I take one more for my bones, so a biotic. I take
And
a
you take
biotic. A biotic.
you take a few hits.
I take a couple puffs, and then I head out the door to run through my brainwashed life.
Helps the rheumatism.
to go tell people about the fine features and safety additions to having hurricane windows in your house. Yeah,
Pains, and more pain.
that's it.
Don't let
Pain, we're a triple pain.
Don't let the big bad wolf blow your house away.
That's right. The smartest wolf had hurricane windows. Or the smartest pig had hurricane windows.
There you go.
Hey, there's an advertising campaign right there.
There you go.
The smartest pig had hurricane windows. So yeah. So anyway, but anyway, Beth, when I thought to do the show about brainwashing, I know you've said this before, that people say sometimes they're hesitant to be hypnotized because they don't they don't want to have their mind controlled. And what do you usually tell them?
Well, I really do. I consider myself a dehypnotist because everyone that comes to me is already hypnotized. It's your own hypnosis that's standing in your way, which is, when we talk about hypnosis, it's belief systems, it's events that have happened in your life, it's your memories, and all of that is kind of conspiring together to either help move you closer to, what you want in your life, or, in a kind of an abstract way, it's in an attempt to try to help protect you or keep you safe in some way. It's running some old data or some old program.
Yes.
So you're already hypnotized if you're listening to this. So that happened to you a long time ago. So, the things that are working for you, great. But if it's not working for you, then it's okay to kind of explore and understand, well, what's driving my behavior? What's creating my emotions? What's keeping me from enjoying, the joy and the freedom and, a loving, open heart, which is our natural state, which is where we want to be.
Yes. Yes. I couldn't agree more. And there's nothing, I can tell you folks, there's nothing to be afraid of with a reputable hypnotherapist. I mean, they're really,
No, and even a bad one will just kind of, bumble around. They can't really do it. They can't really do any damage. What was that movie that came out not too long ago? With the hypnosis, and they made it seem all scary and funny. But no one can really control you. There is kind of a school of NLP out there, and some people do try to use the language in a way to manipulate. So there is some of that, but if you're on your game and you're alert, and then it's not going to happen.
Right, exactly. And the one thing, and now also know, I would just tell people too, Beth is a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and very, very professional, I mean, she's got a beautiful office, and when you meet her, you'll see that she's a very legitimate person. But in no way. And then there's other hypnotherapists, and there's stage hypnotherapists, and then there's like fortune tellers. You usually see them in the rural parts of our country. They'll have like a little sign sitting up on the side of the road. It'll say palm reader, fortune teller, and I always wondered if you went in there and you met usually a lady, how come she didn't know she was going to be stuck in an 18 by 45 single wide trailer in her life
on Route 27 in southern Florida.
Yeah, on Route 27 next to the Cypress Knee Museum.
Pretty much it. Just north of the reservation.
How did you not know that?
How did I not know that there was a Cypress Knee Museum?
There really is.
I know there is. I know when you said that it was a factual place. I'm like, where is that lovely place?
It's on 27 down there somewhere.
Good afternoon.
That's a 35-second tour, Beth. Let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Well, you can get lunch in there too, right?
It's about 80 miles south of Yeehaw.
Is that where they
Junction.
make the casings for the hot dog with the cypress strip?
Yes, Cypress Knee hot dog casing. It's the kind you want.
It's the new wing.
Never.
Going to the Cypress Knee Museum is like the Griswolds looking at the Grand Canyon. It's the same thing. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, and that's not to take away from people who have actual, it was like I think some people have actual intuitive and psychic ability, to be of guidance or to connect with
It's all in
spirits or whatever that may be.
It's all in the marketing. It's all in the marketing. It really, really is.
It's all in the marketing, and trust your gut. One time I saw a sign for past life aggression.
Past life aggression?
Wow.
Yeah, you probably want to watch the spelling.
I hated you then, and I hate you now.
That's a big oops, man.
I've always hated me. Incarnation after incarnation, I can't stand me.
Self-loathing again.
A past life aggression. That's freaking.
I was a bully back then, and I'll be a bully now.
Jeez.
I'm gonna go.
That's crazy.
Sounds like the name of a tour. The past life regression tour.
That would be that's the name of my tour, I think.
Past life.
Past life aggression.
Yep.
I think that'd be a great tour.
That's beautiful. That's really funny, Beth. Well,
I brought all this anger in with me.
yeah, and to kind of focus back around, when you're getting that feeling of being brainwashed, like I was just saying the first half of the show, I've been watching some of these mini series on TV, and yeah, they're kind of entertaining, but man, a lot of them are just brutal and harsh, and people killing each other, and it's just all this cold death, and it fatigues me. It fatigues my soul to put that stuff in there. So I'm kind of cutting back on them. I'm trying to, I know I'll get back around. I'm settling into like a new loop, and hopefully.
You're watching Full House? What are you into now?
Yeah.
Fuller House. He's all about Fuller House.
I'm actually. We just finished watching Goliath with Billy Bob Thornton, which was actually very good. Very good. It was really well acted. And in one of the episodes, you get a full frontal of John Hurt's penis. So if you ever wonder what John Hurt's old penis looked like.
I'm just amazed. You're like, don't want any violence. I will take the full frontal penis, though. I will take that right in my face.
Give me
my
the
living room.
73-year-old
a
actor.
good long gander at a man's wee-wee.
I know, man. Oh, John
Not
Hurt's
just any man.
Yeah, John
John
Hurt's
Hurt.
jingly bits are in there. Yeah, sign me up.
No wonder they call it Hurts.
Freeze frame.
Michael, I think you would like the series. It's a little far-fetched, but it's kind
That's
of
a double-barreled statement right there.
What's
I
that?
think you'd like the series. You know, the one we were talking about with the penis in it. I think you would like that. Mike.
You'd like.
Hey, look, I watched The
I think
Revenge
Mike-
of the Spider Woman. I can handle I can handle frontal nudity. Yeah.
I think
Hey,
Mike can handle far-fetched.
Thanks. Yep.
He's seen it all.
we can handle just about anything just this side of the range.
Yeah, he watched Gummo and handed it back with a smile. So I think Mike's set.
Yep. Yep. Gummo, you start rooting for the tornado.
Oh my God. What?
Wipe these people out, please. Their life is too painful for me to even watch. And they're white.
I want a mustache, damn it.
Yeah, it's like anybody who believes that there's white privilege needs to see that movie. just absolutely.
I think that movie spurred the phrase, "It's a shame stupidity isn't painful."
Oh man,
Those were some of the dumbest people I've ever seen in my life.
I know.
Talk about brainwashed.
Yeah, talk about towheads.
Oh my, just pudding heads. For those of you who don't know about Gummo, it's this crazy indie film that Chris lent to me. I watched it. I finally did watch it, and it's not one of the things that they do is these kids, they collect dead cats and they sell them to the Chinese
Oh
restaurant.
my.
And then
Okay.
the Chinese restaurant goes out of business, and then you got another plot that runs off of that. What are we going to do with the dead cats? You know, it's like, damn, there's a surprise in every corner.
It's Harmony Korine's second film. He made Kids. That was his first film. That was very controversial as well because there was a scene where one of the young teenagers had sex knowingly with AIDS and infected Chloe Sevigny. So it was a big, it was supposed to show the grittiness of these inner city kids, you know?
That is gritty.
Yeah, it was really, well, I mean, it's real. I'm sure that happens, you know what I mean? So, and
For the sake of film,
and
though?
Harmony, well, yeah. I mean, film is a reflection of our lives. It doesn't have to be fantasy all the time.
Part
I think
of
it's
life.
yeah, I think it's important to
Apparently death is part of it, too.
well, yeah, of course.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's just where I sit with it. I see
Right.
it as an art form, and
But
when you start picking things apart with art and go, that's too much for me, it shouldn't be in there,
Yeah.
then you're not letting the artist express himself,
Well-
and they obviously have something to say.
Well, I think that's the perfect point. Is that those are the artists who shake up our status quo, who start to shake and rattle our hypnotism.
Yeah, snap you out of that
And our
brainwashing.
brainwashing, right? Like George Carlin and Andy Kaufman, and these filmmakers like you're talking about are the ones who make us uncomfortable. And
Yeah.
being uncomfortable is a good thing because that's when you're getting outside of your paradigm.
Yeah.
And it is uncomfortable to get outside of your paradigm.
I agree with you sitting upright in a chair, but I don't agree with you in a recliner. I live my life.
Choose what you take in. Yeah.
I live my life trying to be comfortable almost all the time. So
Yeah, but I'm sure you've said things on stage, Lou, as a comedian that made somebody uncomfortable,
oh yeah.
and then to you it was like what, but to them they're like,
Yeah, sure.
And so, but
Yeah.
but I don't say that you're wrong in doing that. I think it's important. I think that person needs that. They need to be snapped. You know, I watched a
Yeah.
video yesterday that I probably shouldn't have watched, and I've seen a lot of very graphic, violent videos. Like for a while, I was really not obsessed, but I was curious about what it was like to be in a situation, in this ISIS situation, where you get killed by someone. And there are videos, and I watched them, and they affected me, but not like this video. This video was of a police confrontation where a young man was shot in a hallway of a hotel, and he pleaded for the police not to shoot him, and they did it anyway. He made a stupid move. He didn't have any gun on him, but he made a stupid move, and the police panicked. It shook me to my core.
Yeah.
And I mean, I literally burst into tears, and my hands were shaking as I replied to on this on this Facebook post. I was like, "Wow, this is really it's messed up, dude." But at the same time,
was it real or was it film?
oh no, it was real. Oh, it was a real. It
Actual
wasn't film.
footage.
Yeah, it was a body cam of a cop who they murdered this kid, and because they were afraid. Because
Sure.
I think they've been brainwashed and thinking everybody out there does something stupid is looking to kill somebody, and that's not how it is out there. You know what I mean? So, but my point is that I watched it, and it affected me viscerally. But I won't never watch something like that again. I think it was important for me to see that, to be like, hey, this stuff happens. This is life, right? Does that make sense?
I agree.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, and Lou, you wanting to be comfortable, a big part of you being comfortable is that there's kind of peace and harmony.
Mm-hmm.
And the more peace and harmony and love and acceptance that there is in the world, the more comfortable you become.
Yes.
Right? So, but in order for us to get there, we have to we have to move through those uncomfortable times, which is having those harder discussions with people.
Yes.
Or else we would still be right where we were. I mean, they'd still be, I guess cavemen would still be dragging women by the hair and, whatever. We'd still have slavery. We'd still have, 1,000 things.
Cavemen,
if,
congressmen,
people
whatever.
weren't willing to be uncomfortable to move us towards the more comfortable place. And the ultimate comfortable place for all of us is just to be in unconditional love with each other.
Amen. Amen. Well, that's the end game. And literally, if you don't know how this story ends, that's how it ends. In the end, and I don't know what we got to go through to get there, it would be nice because there are those of us with a collective heart for a peaceful, loving existence. And that's what we're trying to do. That's what the Loutopia show is about. If you go to loutopia.com, there's a piece up there called The Pacifist Riot, which kind of defines what our effort is. But that's where we all wind up. No matter I don't know how many generations from now that we're going to get it. I doubt we're going to see it in my life or this current life. But we all end up in love. We all end up in love with one another, understanding each other, helping each other without the burden of politico and religion and jealousy. I mean, I really do believe one day it'll be a big, lovely collective, and we'll all understand.
Yeah, that's why CE5 is so important.
Yes, absolutely. And
Yeah.
Michael, I applaud you for reaching out on a huge level. I mean, outside of, the Earth's boundaries. That's where you're looking for your next level of enlightenment,
Yeah, why not?
Hey, why not? Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more.
I moved out of Jersey for better things.
I moved away from
the
I moved away from the Neptune Diner.
Could have had a
Nicest meatloaf ever. So, but and Beth, you do the same thing with the hypnotherapy. You elevate people. You elevate their vibration. You help them get rid of ugly or fearful vibrations and replace them with good and powerful vibrations. I know that you've seen tremendous results with a lot of your people. And, man, that's just got to be so absolutely rewarding,
Well, it's incredible. And, to have that spill over now into the Ohm shop and, to just be seeing people just be helped in even small purchases or small ways, even just, coming in and feeling that acceptance and having that place to come and be, one with others. And I think that's, it's sorely needed.
Yes, I agree.
Because, our and I don't want to down religion, but our churches quite often divide us rather than bringing us together.
Yes.
Sure. Religions divide us rather than bringing us together.
Well, there's 350 different denominations of Protestantism in America. 350 different divisions of,
and they're all right.
And each one
Christ
has
consciousness.
Each one has the sanctimonious, a 100% answer. But yeah, and then that's just within a religion. And then when you start crossing religions, you start adding different belief systems and the reality of it is, or what I'm noticing as I study this more and more, all of this stems from ancient sun worship. There's nothing there's nothing new here. This is all rehashed. It's all been told 100 times. It's either from the sun worship cults or it's from the previous occupations of extraterrestrials. All of this godness and all this, this pursuit of higher spiritual superiority, trying to figure it all out. It's an old story, man. It's been told 1,000 different ways, and
Yeah, someday they're going to show us the movie, and we'll all know the truth.
Everybody sit down with some popcorn. I'm going to change your life. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is you've come to another end of the Loutopia podcast. Beth, Always love. It was so beautiful to see you, and thank you for the beautiful pendant you gave me. Everybody looking on camera right there, you see my beautiful new pendant. Look at that thing there. It's got a nice little energy. It's got
There you go.
You'll
Put it up
notice. You'll notice the more you wear it, the more and more vivid your dreams will become. You'll start having extremely lucid dreaming. You'll be awake in your dreams.
All right. You got me straight tripping, boo. All right.
Yeah, you're going to be tripping.
And
Boo.
that's Beth Snyder of BethSnyderHypnosis.com, and also their beautiful metaphysical shop, the Om Shop. That's TheOmShoppe, the OmShoppe.com down there on South Sarasota. What a beautiful, beautiful place. Beautiful spa, nice mellow things for the soul. Michael?
Brand new website, too.
Oh, brand new website. What's the new website title?
TheOmShop.com.
The Om Shop.
It is interactive and incredibly fun.
It's interactive?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch that part. I got to go back. Okay.
Yeah, you can play all the bowls and listen. It's great.
Oh, I'm there. I'm there, sister.
Sweet.
And over here, Michael Merberg, thank you once again, buddy, for bringing your light into the room.
Oh, thanks for letting me be here.
Yeah, and that's Mike is a disability attorney. If you're having trouble getting your disability claims or you know a veteran that needs some help, disabilityattorney.net. And over there, it's Chris Gorgeous. He's a comic.
Yep.
And where are you working now?
I'm off for a couple weeks, and then I'm doing New Year's Eve at Coconuts on St. Pete Beach with Danny Bevins, Bull Ossie, Steve Eric, and moi, and like a couple other guests. But
The
we're
crew.
we're the four main.
Are
guys.
you going to go to the Coconuts Christmas party
I
Sunday?
think I'd like to.
I think I might.
I think I'd like
I
to.
might. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
cool deal.
As long as I don't have to sit with G. David. No, I'm kidding. I love G. David.
Oh, yeah.
I kid him. He gives me love every time I see him.
He's a wonderful man.
He's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Loutopia podcast. I'm Lou Angel Wolf saying goodnight. If you're feeling a little brainwashed, if you feel like you're just really running through a maze, take a couple minutes out to yourself. Maybe go out to the beach, go stand in the sand, reconnect with the earth, stand barefooted in your yard, even if it's something as simple as that, and just take some time to reconnect, because this is all one thing. And the one thing that is in everything is the element of love. And what we're trying to do is have that surface in each one of us just a little more. Just make your light a little brighter. You don't have to go through any crazy, whacked out vibrational thing.
Airports.
You just got to go through it. But just turn it up a little
Or the
bit.
laundromat.
Laundromat. With your fish guts.
Wash the fish guts out of your shirt and get moving. That's all I'm saying. Ladies, yeah, wise guy, eh? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Loutopia podcast. I'm Lou Angel Wolf on behalf of the crew and out of the Double Special Studios in fabulous, sparkling Clearwater, Florida. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Feel free to repost. Feel free to like it. Go to Loutopia.com. Get the scoop on that pacifist riot, and you'll find out even more of what has tempted your interests. Have a good night. Ciao.